Buckle up, folks, because we're diving into a story wilder than a runaway Tesla on autopilot, the tale of Rebecca Grossman. You might be thinking, John, why are we talking about some rich lady in a car accident? Oh, bless your innocent heart. This ain't your grandma's fender bender. We're talking high stakes, high speed, and a whole lot of how did we get here? Moments. Rebecca Grossman, philanthropist, socialite, and, as we'll soon find out, a woman who allegedly mistook a crosswalk for a starting line. This story has it all. A wealthy enclave with more secrets than a Kardashian Christmas stocking, a family torn apart by tragedy, and a legal system that seems to have taken a page from Franz Kafka's playbook. So grab your gavel and your detective hat, because we're about to dissect a case that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about justice, privilege, and the fine art of parallel parking. Spoiler alert, it ain't pretty. Before we get to the main event, let's rewind a bit. Picture Hidden Hills, California, a town where the houses cost more than your entire existence, and the HOA has a hotline to God, probably. This is where our story's protagonist, Rebecca Grossman, called home. Wife, mother, and heiress to the Grossman Burn Foundation fortune, she was basically living the American dream, albeit with a slightly higher thread count. But behind the gated community smiles and perfectly manicured lawns, whispers of a more complicated reality swirled, rumors of a lavish lifestyle fueled by inherited wealth, whispers of a temper hotter than a California wildfire, and a penchant for speed that would make a NASCAR driver blush. See, Rebecca had a need for speed that even Dom Toretto would admire, except instead of outrunning the cops in a souped-up Charger, she was allegedly doing it in a Mercedes SUV through a suburban crosswalk. Not exactly Fast and Furious material, more like Fast and Furiously messed up. September 29th, 2020. This is where our story takes a sharp turn from Real Housewives to Dateline. Picture this. A warm California evening, the smell of freshly cut grass, probably, and two young brothers, Mark and Jacob Iskander, walking home with their family after a day at the park. Meanwhile, Rebecca Grossman, fresh off a dinner with friends, is allegedly behind the wheel of her Mercedes, pushing the limits of both the speed limit and, some might argue, good judgment. What happened next is a matter of intense debate, but the tragic outcome is undeniable. A collision, the Iskander family torn apart, and Rebecca Grossman facing charges that could put her behind bars for a very long time. Now, I'm not saying she intentionally plowed through a crosswalk full of children, but it's hard to ignore the fact that she was allegedly driving like she was late for a sale on diamond-encrusted dog collars. And when your need for speed leads to the death of two innocent children, well, that's a plot twist even M. Night Shyamalan wouldn't touch. Fast forward to the trial, and things got messier than a toddler's birthday cake. The prosecution painted a picture of reckless endangerment, alleging that Grossman was not only speeding, but also racing with a former MLB player. Because nothing says I'm a responsible adult like a midlife crisis drag race. The defense, on the other hand, argued that it was a tragic accident, blaming poor lighting and the boy's father for not having a tighter grip on their hands, because apparently pedestrian safety is a shared responsibility, like a Netflix password. The trial became a masterclass in gaslighting, with the defense attempting to shift blame from the woman who was allegedly driving like a bat out of hell to, well, pretty much anyone else. It was like watching a magician try to convince you that the rabbit actually climbed into the hat of its own volition. As with any high-profile case involving wealth, privilege, and a healthy dose of alleged vehicular manslaughter, the court of public opinion was in session. Social media exploded with hot takes, armchair legal analysis, and enough memes to make Grumpy Cat crack a smile. Hashtags like #justice for the Iskander boys trended alongside those questioning whether Grossman's wealth would buy her a get-out-of-jail-free card. It was a stark reminder that in the age of instant information, justice is often served with a side of viral outrage. And let's be honest, folks, nothing says fair trial like a bunch of strangers on the internet deciding your fate based on a 15-second TikTok summary.